For joining us today for Enhancing Your Business Health Through Your Business Vitals. My name is Daniel Nzuero, and I'm happy to welcome you to today's session. If this is your first time attending one of our workshops, let me provide some context on StartOut. StartOut accelerates the growth of the LGBTQ plus community to drive its economic empowerment, building a world where every LGBTQ plus entrepreneur has equal access to lead, succeed, and shape the workforce of the future. I would like to introduce you to Victor Gonzalez Galeano. Victor is a seasoned and accomplished coach devoted to driving diversity, equity, and inclusion by empowering individual groups and teams across 5 pivotal dimensions: performance, well-being, engagement, leadership, and transition. Leveraging extensive experience in coaching senior executives from esteemed international organizations such as the Eastman Chemical, Bridgestone Firestone, Diebold, Hunter Douglas, Steris, Highland Software, and Boston Group. Victor brings a wealth of expertise to every interaction. Victor, thank you so much for being our host today, and over to you.
Daniel, thank you very much, and good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. You're welcome to show yourself if you want to. I want to make sure I'm going to create a space of learning for everyone today. So I want you to be very comfortable. Grab yourself a cup of coffee. Coffee is good at any time. A bottle of water, whichever works for you best. Jamila, thank you for signing on. It's always good to see faces. So I'll be looking at you in a lot of pictures, which is fine. Today's class, it's one of a series of classes. All right. Just wanted to make that announcement. Undoubtedly, we all know that we're not going to become experts today on the 5 vitals. My goal is that I create greater awareness, and if anything, an awakening for you to take action on the importance of the 5 vitals of your business. My sense is that most of you are solopreneurs like myself. And so I feel your pain, and so I hopefully I'm going to resonate with a lot of your pain, but it will also be applicable to entrepreneurs as well. I see Clarity on the house, so awesome. What else? Just so we get to know each other. Who are you? Where are you? Where are you calling from? And most importantly, what do you do to impact the community in which you live and work? And when we talk about this community, it's globally, because I know that some of you are signing in from outside of the United States. So tell us where you're coming from and tell us what you do. Let's start building a community that can support each other. And go ahead and get us started, all right? Somebody tell me that you can see this. Jamila, you see this? Yeah, all right, awesome. All right, thank you very much. Mark, I see you, thank you. All right, here we go. Reason for why you're here is to learn more about enhancing your business health through your business vitals. Something about that caught your attention. So you said, oh my God, I got to listen to this. All right. So thank you. I know that there is a choice as to how you spend your time, and you choose to be here. And for that, I'm most grateful. All right. So I like to treat this as a classroom, a space of support, trust, growth, and transformation. So by all means, we're going to have a great deal of active listening, exploration, accountability, non-judgmental attitude, goal-oriented approach, all of the above. We are in a safe space. Your voice matters. And I'm going to be calling on you from time to time, because some of you are going to be experts on what we talk about this afternoon. Rules of engagement. Hey, keep your active learning strategies up. We're going to collaborate with each other, and I'm going to encourage your questions and curiosity. Some of your questions I will not be able to answer right away, but put them on the chat, because I will commit to get back to them even after the presentation if the time runs out. Okay? So let's start from the beginning. First of all, muchas gracias for being here. Thank you for being courageous. And you're saying, wait a minute, what? How am I being courageous? You'll find out. Thank you for being open. Thank you for being present. Thank you for being vulnerable. And thank you for being you. All right. All of those will be demonstrated at any given point during our class today. You're on for a treat, something totally out of the box that has worked for me and my business, and I want to share it with you. So let's get us going. All right. I want you to start looking for who are you as far as the personality. Let's break the ice over here, Jamila. Mark, tell us, type it on your chat. I need to see some activity. Make sure you guys are awake. So find you. Who are you on the screen? Which one best describes who you are? Are you the tiny, dangerous one, or the grumpy one, or the one that one can depend on? Or is it the funny guy? So let us find out who you are through your personality. How do you see yourself? I'm the tiny, dangerous one. All right, remember, I cannot see you all. Saul, I see you. Dwight, I see you. Mike, thank you, I see you. All right, you guys are the brave ones. It's okay.
Would you like us to share through audio, or do you want us just to put our responses in the chat, or however we feel comfortable?
However you feel comfortable. Thank you for asking.
I'll share. You're welcome. So I'm like a I'm like a combination of the good friend, the one that's always hungry, not, in reference to food, but definitely like knowledge and becoming a better version of myself. Sometimes I'm the funny gal. And then I'm a ladies' woman. I told you I was funny. Yeah, currently one lady in particular. And yeah, I think working on my styles this year as I get more in business and events. So my goal is I aspire to be the stylish one as well. Thank you.
Fabulous. Jamila, thank you for being courageous in speaking up, right? And asking for clarification. All right, awesome. So we can be a combination of many, we show ourselves in total different ways. So having said that, broke the ice, right? So let's begin with the unknown minds. Some of you, or most of you, I hope, got an email from us asking you what were your expectations for today, right? What specific challenges or goals were you currently facing in your business that hope that this webinar will address? And I got some answers, some, not sure, like the one that you see here, is from one of you. A one-woman show is challenging at times. Solopreneurs, I certainly can relate that. There's so much to do, but I'm not yet equipped financially to hire a virtual assistant to help out. Absolutely. We'll share some strategies on how to keep yourself laser focused on what matters most. So hopefully that will be of value to you. Which aspect of the 5 vitals of a business, and I give them to you, financial, legal, strategy, marketing, and well-being, are you most interested in learning about? So the answer from this particular participant is financial, legal, and strategy. And then on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate your current familiarity familiarity with each of the vitals. 3. So I'm doing this for 2 reasons. One is because I want you to start thinking about it, thinking about really what matters most to you. And then the other thing is for you to find out what you may be ignoring that you think is not as important, but in reality could be paramount to the success of your business. Here's somebody else's response, right? Give it a second for you to glance through it. Totally different. Maybe financial avenues for seed funding. Not sure we're going to go there, but eventually we'll go. Strategies, supplier management, and logistics for white labeling products. That can be a little narrow, but perhaps some ideas on what strategies can be done. And here's something interesting: well-being. I'm not sure how you define this topic, and I'm interested in learning more. Well, I'm going to tell you more about that. So buckle up, all right? And then when it comes to as to how do we rate ourselves, and then it's 1, 1, and 3. Are we being too hard on ourselves, or are we being honest with ourselves? And here's a third one, just for giggles. Which aspects of the 5 vitals are you most interested in learning? How to balance decisions, this one. Marketing, particularly B2C. So again, a different spectrum of what you may want to get out of this today. I'm going to tell you that it's going to be different. All right. So we're in a classroom, right? So get your pen and paper ready. I'm the kind of guy that likes to write down. So you want to use the computer? Be my guest. But if you like to handwrite, get your pen and paper ready. Potential action items that you can utilize for yourself or your business, insights and action ideas that you can implement starting tomorrow. Because what we're going to be talking about today is not something that you can wait 3, 6, 9 months. Tomorrow, you can start utilizing what we're going to talk about today. And then on the side, I give you some ideas of how, what are some of the things that you can do after our class today so you can implement. All right. So here's what you will get out of today's class: a greater awareness on your business vitals and a glimpse to your holistic well-being. A better understanding of how coaching makes a world of a difference, and a strategy on how to create with intention your business plan around your business vitals. So you can create how it's going to go as opposed to waiting for it to happen. And then I'll share with you some resources and actionable items. Stop there to see if anybody has any questions, comments. I just saw in the chat that somebody is driving. By all means, do not put your camera on, Drive, focus. Besides, you're going to get the recording. You can always listen up at a later time. So on that note, a little bit about me. 39 years as an immigrant from Colombia, 25 years in the financial services industry. And after being in corporate America, I decided to go on my own and build a business around coaching. Similar to what some of you are potentially doing. Here's the reason why I'm sharing it with you. I am definitely passionate about helping you succeed without compromising your well-being, because the society and the culture that we live in focuses on work, compromising your well-being. You'll hear from me ways in which you can be successful at work without compromising your well-being. That's what I'm all about. It's been an 11-year journey for me, which is now my life purpose. This is what I do 24/7, is talk to small business owners like you and leaders like you on how to navigate homework and community without compromising your well-being. My journey hasn't been a piece of cake. It started with a loss, and lost my mom, lost myself, lost my job, lost my partner, found myself, found the gift. Now I live my life, which is similar to some of the experience that some of you might have had in your journey. And here's who I am on the human side. We cannot forget that we're human and that we're not the machines that can work 24/7. So talking about this navigating homework and community without compromising your well-being. So enough about me. Let's go ahead and get us started. Jamila, since you have been so willing to speak up, will you be so kind to read this quote from Mark Twain?
Sure. Those who don't read great books are at no advantage over those who cannot read.
Thank you.
Oh, I was going to repeat it.
Thank you for saying that. And I want you to reflect on that. All right. Those who don't read great books are at no advantage over those who cannot read. And I want to equate that to our well-being. Those who do not manage our holistic well-being, not just part of it, our holistic well-being in a great way, are no better off than those that are merely surviving. And some of us here may be just merely surviving because there's so much going on. Like the response that I got, oh my God, I got so much, what do I do? So the question that I have on the table for you is, how well are you managing your holistic well-being? Is it great? Is it good? Does it need improvement? And for those of you out there that are saying, but wait a minute, what does my holistic well-being have to do with my business vitals? It has everything to do with it. Because you're the running force of your business. If your well-being is not what it needs to be, your business is going to be affected in a negative way. So, how are you keeping track of your personal well-being? How are you keeping a score? So we'll do some exercises, and undoubtedly, well, of course, we'll talk about your business vitals eventually. What you will not get here today is it's not a quick fix on your marketing problems or your financial instability or even your business strategy. You're not going to get 7, 10, 12 steps on how to fix your business vitals or a manipulative or bait way in which you can improve how to get more clients. This is not what this is all about. The space that we're creating today is a space to look at ourselves in a human-centered way, in an empowering way, authentic, realistic, and transparent, that can allow us to see how, if we change ourselves, we can impact our business in a positive way. So buckle up. Here's a different point of view that I like to bring, with your permission, to your attention. Here's how my mind thinks. You'll see a lot of P3s and D5s and A5s and all that. It's because I lead with a strategy, and my mind operates with roadmaps all the time. So you'll see this all throughout the presentation. The whole idea is that P3 gets improved in your business. P1 for performance, P2 for productivity, P3 for profitability. The question on the table is, how is my well-being affecting the well-being of my business? Say that out loud. How is my well-being affecting the well-being of my business? And so the two trains right in parallel have a great significance here, because I'm going to ask you to be jumping back and forth between your personal well-being and your business well-being, and you'll see that. But I need you to pay attention, because otherwise it can get confusing and you're going to go, oh my God, what am I? Am I personal or am I business life? But it's all in one. We just have to juggle it back and forth. That's what this is meant to show us. All right. So what are your business vital signs and why are they important to you? I already give them to you. All right. So easy. You already know the 5. So tell me, why are they important to you? Write it down in the chat. Write it down so it stays, all right, with us. We go, why are they important to you? All right. Why are they important? Write it down in the chat right now. I'm going to give you 30 seconds or less. The success of businesses with a healthy report on their business vitals is often reflected in various key performance indicators. And some of you are going to be writing about financial stability, customer satisfaction, employee engagement, and productivity. All of the above. All right. So it's important that you guys understand the reason why they are important to you. Because if we don't know why they're important to you, then what are we doing here, right? It's important that you know why they are so important. And so here they are: marketing, because they help you to identify your ideal client and how to get them. Without clients, it's only for business. Legal, because you have to integrate a solid legal advice into your business. Make sure you mitigate risk. Financial, undoubtedly, if you're not making any money in your business, you know, it's nice that you can be contributing to somebody else's well-being, but you gotta make the money. You gotta bring the bread home. And a strategy, because we gotta make sure that we're innovating, in creating, and anticipating our clients' needs so we can be performing up to them. And well-being, because how engaged or not your employees may be can affect your bottom line. And that applies for solopreneurs, like some of you and I, because as I mentioned before, if we're not up to par, our business is going to suffer. All right. So here's the road that I like us to take today. Stay with me. All right. 8 to the 5th power, my book coming up, what I call From Darkness into Enlightenment. And the road that we're taking is a road of A1 for awareness, creating greater awareness around not only your business vitals, but how your holistic well-being may affect the profitability of your business. That can A2 create an awakening that you realize what is the pain? How much is it that you're actually paying? Not only financially, but emotionally, because of your lack of action or your lack of A3 attitude change, so you can take A4 and action and hold yourself A5 accountable for what needs to be done in order for you to move forward. So this is the road that I'm taking us today in this class. We're going to start with awareness, which defined as a knowledge or perception of a situation, just creating greater awareness. So today we're creating greater awareness around the business vitals and how my well-being could be affecting it, especially for those of us that may be solopreneurs. But make no mistake that if you're an entrepreneur, your business will also be affected if your well-being is not what it needs to be. So Mark, you are for the challenge? Can you read the quote on the screen?
Sure. I'm assuming Mark, me.
Yes.
God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Thank you, Mark. And why am I telling you this? Because we are so diligent and committed and persistent and high achievers that we want to do everything for our business. And sometimes we can't. We cannot be everything. And it's okay to ask for help. So if anything, this is for you to be reminded that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay. It doesn't make you any lesser of a human being, any lesser of an individual, any lesser of a great solopreneur or entrepreneur. As a matter of fact, it is important that you have the courage to ask for help when needed. So as you're looking at the 5 vitals, don't try to be an expert on the financial. I'm not the expert. And I spent 25 years in the banking industry. I am not an expert in financials. So question yourself. How are you not letting go of things that need to be let go in your business, especially when it comes to the 5 vitals? And where should you be asking for help? So here's a coaching moment. When it comes to acceptance, what aspects of my life am I struggling to accept? When it comes to wisdom, how can I cultivate wisdom in decision making and problem solving? And when it comes to courage, how can I cultivate the courage to face and overcome these challenges? Don't answer me. Ask yourself these questions. Be truthful, be authentic, be transparent to yourself. Don't be lying to yourself. I'm putting a mirror in front of you. When it comes to your business, here's another coaching opportunities, right? The things I cannot change. How can I break down larger goals into smaller, more manageable steps? How can I shift my focus away from these uncontrollable factors and redirect my focus on positive actions? You see how it can be applied on the personal, on the business side? What aspects of the business vitals am I trying to control that are beyond my control because I'm not the expert in them? So the question I have is, what will happen? Imagine what will happen if you were able to flourish your personal well-being in such an incredible way that now you're more laser focused on the things that matter most and that you can impact the most in your business. And the question is, if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? When is the right time to do it? We're going to go fast and furious. And we're going to do an exercise. Meditating, questioning ourselves. Be present. Look back on the events of the day, today. Identify a moment of importance to you. What is that moment? Write it down. What came to mind? And then the experts talk about the importance of gratitude and how are we allowing ourselves to live our lives in gratitude. So review the day with gratitude. Look at the work that you did with a client or with an employee, if you have an employee or somebody that you interacted with, a potential client. What did you receive from these people? What did you give them? You're looking at yourself in the mirror right now, okay? How are you impacting the people that you work with the work that you do? How are you making a difference? Now let's go to the next step. Pay attention to your emotions. What emotions are these interactions giving you? Is it boredom? Is it elation, resentment, confidence, anger, compassion? What is it? And more importantly, why? And how are you managing them? So pick one feature of the day that you may find particularly important and that you're so grateful for. Like the opportunity to share this with you. I'm so grateful for it. Now, what about tomorrow? How am I looking up to what tomorrow it's about to bring? If I put myself in your shoes, what can I take from today's class that I can implement tomorrow in my business that can potentially take me to the next level? So am I being doubtful, cheerful, apprehensive, full of delighted anticipation? What is it? You gotta find out what is it. How are you looking through your lenses, the world that is in front of you? So we just went through these 5 steps of being present, reviewing the day with gratitude, paying attention to our emotions, find a particular moment of importance and be grateful for it, and then looking forward to tomorrow, right? And why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? And what does that have to do with my business vitals? I'm gonna stop there for a second. And I want you to share it in the chat. What comes to mind? What comes to mind? Why are we doing this? Somebody share something in the chat. What comes to mind? Why is it important that we take the time to check ourselves, our emotions? Why is it so important? I feel scattered in thought. Creative ideas. It inspires and drives to acknowledge. All of those and more, they're in our minds. All right. Thank you for staying with me. Let's continue. All right. So here's a moment where I'm gonna jump to the other train. All right. Gallup defines the 5 essential elements of well-being for all of us as career, social, financial, physical, and community. All right. Essential. Not all of them, but essential. I, through my research and learning and understanding, have come up with the 11 dimensions of our holistic well-being. All right. Starting from spirit, body, mind, play, learning, financial location, community, friends, life partner, and family. all of those must be paid attention to. We must nurture them in order for us to live in a holistic way, a well-oiled balance. I like to think of them like the tires of an automobile. In this case, with 12 tires, then it will have to be a truck. So if I can paint 12 tires in a truck for you, right? Some of them are full and some of them are missing air, because at any given point, some of them may be flat. All right. So here's where we do a check. All right. Are we ready for this? I want you to jot down on your piece of paper that you have, from top to bottom, the numbers 1 through 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, 1 through 11. And what we're going to do is we're going to self-rate ourselves on how we think we're doing on our well-being. I'm just going to quickly read the question, and you give yourself a 1 to 5 number, 1 being worst, 5 being best. Okay? So when it comes to spirituality, I am in peace with my inner self. When it comes to my body, I sleep well, I eat good, and I exercise regularly. When it comes to my mind and how I know thyself, I manage my saboteurs and maintain a fitness mind. When it comes to playtime, I take time for myself and I do what I love. When it comes to learning, I challenge myself to learn something new every day. When it comes to my financial well-being, I can pay for what I need and what I want. When it comes to my vocation, that meaningful work, I am passionate about what I do, and I feel I am making a difference. When it comes to the community, the people that surrounds me, that supports me, that helps me, I enjoy where I live, and I know my neighbors. When it comes to my friends, I have friends I can depend on unconditionally. When it comes to my life partner, I love waking up next to the love of my life. And when it comes to family, blood or not, because some of us might have left our families in another country or another continent, in another state, I feel loved, respected, and accepted for who I am. So, having completed this assessment on a scale of 1 to 5, I know some of you might have some things great, some things good, and some things that need to work on. And if there were tires on this track that we talk about, some of those tires may be deflated. And we've been dragging ourselves. But now you know. Now you have an idea. The question is what to do about it. So hold on to this. Hold on to it. Let's go back. Let's go back to the other train. All right? And let's go to our 5 vitals. Employee well-being, financial well-being, marketing, legal, and strategic. So, understanding what each and every one of these vitals actually do for the business, and I'll leave this on for a couple of minutes so you can read about it. From the strategic point of view, understanding that you have a business plan from the legal point of view, that you're minimizing the risk. From the marketing point of view, that you're getting to your clients. The clients know where to get you. Financial point of view, you're making money. And from the employee point of view, that your employees are engaged, inclusive of being yourself. So, understanding that, all right, let's do the same thing. Let's write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from top to bottom. And let's rate from worst to best, 1 being worst, 5 being best. How do we see the business vitals represented in our business? I make it a priority to support my employees' well-being. And this includes you, of course, for those of you that may be wondering. How satisfied am I with the current financial health and stability of my business? 1 to 5. When it comes to marketing, my current marketing plan effectively aligns with my business goals, resonates with my target audience, and contributes to the overall success and growth of my business. 1 to 5. When it comes to legal, how confident am I that the current legal strategy in place comprehensively addresses our business's needs, minimizes risks, and contributes positively to our overall success and compliance for those of us that must be in a higher compliance, like financial advisors. A strategic well-being, to what extent do I feel that our current business plan and a strategic approach effectively guide our operations, align with our long-term objectives, and position us for success in our industry? So again, I will imagine that some of you are going to have a 5 on some of them, a 3 on some of them, and maybe a 2 or 1 in some of them. Now you know. Now you are aware. Now you've taken the time to figure this out. So the analogy of the tires, whether there are 11 for your personal or 5 for your business, if they don't have enough air, they're flat. And if they're flat, then you're driving on a flat. And how long before you collapse? What is it going to take for you to do something about it? So here's a coaching moment. What are some of our top scores? What are some of bottom scores? What is a score that might have surprised you? Oh my God, I didn't think I was going to rate this that low or that high. Which score are you still thinking about it? And how long have you been going on a flat tire? 2 flats or even more? And I ask again, how long before you decide that you need to do something about it? Just because you're going, that doesn't mean you're going to keep on going. Eventually, you're going to collapse. That's the awakening part. What is it? What is the price that you're paying? Is it your life partner? You don't have enough time to talk to him or her? Is it your friends? Because you're always on the go, so busy for work? Is it you? Don't even have time to play because you're always going. All right, let's continue. All right, we finished awareness. All right. And so, how have I heightened my awareness around my holistic well-being? And how have I done so when it comes to my business vitals? And so we gotta figure out what it looks like. So here's what I need to do. I want you to do. I want you to take 30 seconds, jot down what potential action items could you be doing starting tomorrow? What insights and actionable ideas could you implement starting tomorrow based on that simple awareness of how you're doing or feeling to do as it relates to your well-being or as it relates to the business vitals? What is the one thing? Don't worry about 10 things. One thing that can impact the most. And so here I go again, A to the fifth power, right? A for awareness, A for awakening, A for attitude, A for action, A for accountability. Awareness is not enough. Action is required. We have got to do something about it. So let's go to awakening. All right. Who had an awakening on it? And so I'm going to go through this exercise of awakening for the strategic part of the 5 vitals. I could have picked anyone, but I picked strategy. So let's do this. All right. And so I use the CR2M model, creating real momentum, which encompasses calendar, routines, relationships, and mindset. So, having said that, what is your CR2 model around your business health? What is your CR2 model around your holistic well-being? And so I ask, strategy, right? For your business. Start looking at your business calendar right now, because you have access to it, right? And so if we were going to do an audit for your business, right, we'll find that January through March, we have strategy planning, where we review and update the business plan. When it comes to financial planning, we'll have a place where we're developing the annual budget, and we'll do financial reviews. When it comes to employee performance, we set goals or conduct performance reviews. When it comes to tax planning coming up, we start planning in preparation for the fiscal year. All those things are in your calendar right now. If I were to check it in your calendar, you're allowing yourself time to do this because it's important. You also have marketing campaigns where you decide that you're going to launch a spring and summer marketing campaign, or you're going to review and update your current marketing strategies. You also have a lot of time to check on customer feedback and implement improvements based on customer insights. And as we continue to review the calendar, you'll see that for quarterly business review, you're going to conduct a comprehensive review of business performance for the first quarter. All of these things are already in your business calendar because those are important for me to take consideration in order for my business to be successful. And I can go on. July through September, networking, employee vacation, me-year check-in, goal setting for next year, end of year reporting, holiday and marketing campaigns, budget review. All of this is part of my business plan. All of this is already allotted on my business. All of it. Is it relevant for everybody? Yes, absolutely. Are we going to be taking the same amount of time on each and every one of them? No, it all depends on the kind of business we have. But it needs to be done. And when it comes to your top 5 superpowers, you already know them. In my case, I've already mentioned it. I lead with a strategy. So my number 1 is a strategy. My number 2 is a ranger. My number 3 is intellection. 4 is futuristic. And my number 5 is relator. I know this, so I can capitalize on them when it comes to what comes natural to me. So I don't have to focus on something that doesn't come natural to me. It doesn't, I don't need to go against the current. I go with the flow. But if I need somebody on any of the other superpowers, I know who I can call on, either one of my employees or one of the people that I hold close to my business. For those of us that have a team, who are the strategic thinkers in my team? And why is it important that you know this? Okay, I want to stop there for a second. Because I know I'm throwing a lot at you. And I'm putting a big mirror in front of your face. Because it's important that we recognize what needs to be done within ourselves first before we can reflect it on our own business. So I'm going to take the risk. How many of us do we have? We got 15, 16 of us. We're going to go in groups. Daniel. Oh, no.
Yes, I'm here, Victor.
We can create a work group, right?
We can. I might suggest it for our next session because we only have 5 minutes left.
Okay. Oh, so we decided to keep it in just 1
Oh,
hour?
sorry, we have an hour and a half. No, you're right. Yeah, let me set up the breakout rooms. 1 second.
Yeah.
How many people would you like per?
However, makes it like an even. But before you guys go, I just want to make sure that I give you instructions of what I want you to do, right? Because I'm gonna give you 4 steps on finding a solution for what you guys want to implement, right? But I want you to start looking at step 1, 2, 3, 4. So can we create 4 groups?
Yes.
All right. We're gonna create 4 groups, and group 1, 2, 3, and 4. We can make it like that. And then I am going to share with you the steps, and then you guys are responsible for identifying the steps that the actionable items that you want to take for that particular step. Is that clear for everybody? So I'm going to give you a step, right? You guys have a step. And then you guys are going to find out actionable items that you're going to take for each of the step. And then we're all going to share it. We cool? Easy does it. So here are the steps. And you may want to just screenshot this. And we can go.
Ready? We're gonna make the breakout rooms now. If everybody wants to screenshot. Victor, quick note, we've got about 10 folks in the left, so it looks like maybe 2 breakout rooms, 4 in each.
That's fine. Yeah, sounds like, yeah.
Cool.
Now, let me make an executive call over here, because I want to make sure that we are delivering to expectations. The 10 folks that we have, are we still cool for the next 30 minutes? Because if not, I'll just continue.
Cool. Looks like we're getting some thumbs ups.
I
Okay.
just put my response. I have to hop off at 2 Mountain Time.
Sounds good. Victor, let me know where you'd like to move forward.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's move forward.
Cool. All right, Jolly, you should be getting access. Perfect, Victor. They're in the rooms. Do you want to join one of the rooms?
I do.
All right, I'm going to put you into room 1.
Yay, everybody's back. So undoubtedly, you are not going to be able to solve all of your problems in a 5-minute break. But what's important is that the conversation has started, and you have each other to support, because undoubtedly you got something in common, right? There are 2 things that stay with me as I was listening to your comments. One is, we gotta prioritize. I heard somebody say, prioritize your, stay with your priority, because otherwise you're gonna be all over the place. We gotta stay laser focused. And so I heard Mel say, this year 2M thing seems to work. Yes, because you can apply it to your personal life, and you can also apply it to your business. What is in your calendar right now? It's important, because it was so important that you put it in your calendar. But you cannot ignore your life partner's birthday. It has to be on your calendar. Oh no, I had a business meeting. No, life partner's birthday, anniversary. It's important. Your me time, your meditation time, your walking time, however you like to spend your time, it's important. So it's got to be in your calendar. Your routines have a lot to say about who you are and what you're doing, how you're spending your time. So this was just to create some awakening. Hopefully some of you awaken to it. So let's continue, because time waits for no one whatsoever. So let's do this. All right. And remember, you'll have these questions for you to do at a later time, especially around each and every one of the business vitals. The best gift that I can give to you is for you to have these questions asked to yourself, so you can determine how you're doing or failing to do as it relates to your business vitals. All right, so you got to the awakening, right? So now, what are some of the things that, again, you can do that you can implement, similar to what I heard around staying laser focused on priorities, maybe utilizing the CR2 model and so forth. Those are things that you can start doing effective tomorrow. This is a good moment to check some potential blind spots. Okay? What are some of the things that you may be on denial? What are you denying? What are you delusional about? We cannot do everything. We cannot, regardless of what everybody says. We cannot. And it's okay to ask for help. So don't be delusional about it. What is distracting you? So what's on your calendar? Do you stay true to your calendar? Do you do as you plan? Or is social media distracting you? Or is, I don't know, what could be distracting you? Video games, I don't know, something. How could you potentially be derailed from what matters most? Or any of the combinations. So the question is, are you in the D to the 5th power box? My mind wants to know. But you gotta ask yourself the question. Blind spots. Don't have to answer. You don't have to tell me, but you gotta ask yourselves. Attitude makes a difference. However your attitude goes, so goes everything else. All right? And this one caught my attention. Most of us will have heard in our lifetime about the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous and what we can learn from them, even if we don't drink, right? Individuals' commitment, engagement, and willingness to apply the principles of the program to their lives. So I can spend 24 hours, never mind 90 minutes, talking to you about the A to the 5th power, the D to the 5th power, the CR2M, but your attitude towards it and whatever you do with them is what matters most. Because if you don't, then nothing is going to happen. You've been empowered to make the difference. It's not about Victor, it's about you. What would you be doing with the information that we're sharing today? And which saboteur do you recognize in you? Is it the hyper-rational? Is it the controller? The pleaser? The avoider? Which one? And if you don't know, you should know, because your saboteur is working against your will on your subconscious. If you don't do anything about it, he is going to affect your performance. And what we know about the saboteurs is that the saboteurs work in gangs. The one that is missing over here is the judge. So the judge is maybe working with the controller and the restless at the same time, or the victim and the hyper-rational. And if you don't know anything about them, you should know. Consider learning about it, so you can quiet their voices, so you can focus on your voice. A man sees in the world what he carries in his heart, someone said. So what's in your heart? Don't tell me. Answer yourself that question. Saul, Mel, what's in your heart?
Do you want me to speak out loud?
No,
Rhetorical.
done. But I want you to answer the question. Don't be in denial. Do not be delusional about it. And here are some questions for you to ask yourselves. What are some of my own biases? What changes I need to make in my business now? What are some of the things that I'm going to have to let go? All right. What routines can I implement in my business? Now we know that there are 5 vitals, not 10, 11, and 12, 5. If I do well in those 5, I'm supposed to succeed. So let's do. What will I do? When will I do it? Where will it happen? Who can help me? How do I go about it? What's in it for me? Basic. But focus on what matters most, right? So here's the question. What did we learn? How do we change? And I love this one. Who is the best in the business at? So what do you do? What's your business?
Currently starting a pantyhose business.
pantyhose business. So who's the best in the business at pantyhose business? I am, says Saul, but you cannot have me. So you should talk to, and she's expensive. I caught up with one of my brilliant friends yesterday. She has just landed a very big job. Very. I am giddy with excitement for her. And to the people who hire her, well done. You made a brilliant decision, and your future will look very bright. What does this have to do with my pantyhose business, says Saul? Who's the best business at? People need to know about your business, and they need to be talking about you and how you are the best and who's wearing your pantyhoses. So how do we do this? How do we get that marketing strategy that is going to get me there? And same thing for whoever is a financial advisor, or whoever is a coach, whoever is a dentist, whatever business you may be in. So what do you need to do about your attitude as it relates to the 5 vitals? As it relates to how your well-being may be affecting negatively the performance of your business? Or are you still in denial? What may be derailing you? 1, 2, 3 things for you to do. Now, we did one strategy, but you gotta do the same thing for legal, marketing, financial, employee. You gotta do the due diligence. You gotta ask the tough questions. Because if you don't, who does? Right? I'm gonna quickly show you actionable items. You know, check the calendar. I question your calendar, you know, but I never question you on your routines. I never question you on your relationships. The people that you're surrounding yourself with, are they elevating you or are they downgrading you? And if they're downgrading you, what the heck is stopping you from loving them from the far away? Even if they're your own family, you can love them from the far away. Why are they still so close to you? And when it comes to your mind, what is your mindset? Are you that successful? Or are you just successful? So, what's on your calendar is important for all kinds of reasons. Because we already determined that what we put on our calendar, we're gonna get done. There's a greater likelihood of getting things done when they're on our calendar. That's why we have to make sure that not only our business matters, but our personal matters are in our calendar. Because that way we don't run into, oh my God, it's 20 and I was supposed to be home for dinner at 19. I'm already late. Forget it. A letter of divorce is waiting for me at the table. Never mind the table. I'm not even going to be able to get in the door. So you got to ask this question. What's important to you? What are some of the things that you're not going to, what are some of the things that you are not going to live without? What are some of the non-negotiables in your life? And those things have got to be in your calendar. They're important. What's on your calendar? Am I making it clear that your calendar is important? And that you can utilize your calendar as your accountability partner to make sure that you stay true to what matters most. If it goes in my calendar, I already decided that it's important, so it's going to happen. And undoubtedly, life is going to happen, and some things need to be moved, but you'll move them. It's not like you're going to erase them and forget about them. No, you'll move them to another suitable time. That's what you do. How? So right now, all I'm asking is that you do a SWOT analysis on your calendar. Some things will have to go, and some things are going to stay. And some things are coming new. But you have to be true to yourself. And you have to take into consideration what it's important for your business as it relates to the 5 vitals when you do that. So on your personal calendar, for spirituality, you may pray, you may take a retreat, you may visit a temple, right? That should be in your calendar. When will you do it? How long is it going to take you? How long is it going to take you to get there? How long will you stay there? When it comes to your body, you're going to exercise for how long? Are you doing it at home or are you doing it in a gym? How long does it take you to get to the gym? You have to take those things into consideration. You got to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So long the times when I was in the banking industry where I never had lunch because I was always in meetings and somebody phone call. I'm like, what? I need to eat. So now I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner in my calendar. Why? Because it's important. When it comes to mind, I meditate. Or maybe I'm going to take an assessment. So I gotta make sure that I stay there. And I can do the same thing with my business routines for marketing effectiveness, so legal compliance or financial stability. Those things can be blocked on my calendar because they're important, right? And it may look something like this. Color coordinated for each of the vitals or each of the pillars of our well-being. This is mine, by the way. So how do we bring all this together? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, someone said, right? So there you go, 5 strategies, right? What am I doing? When am I doing it? Where am I doing it? Who is helping me? How am I going to go about it? And why is it important? Simple. So I want to sell, Saul, how many do you want to sell?
20,000 a year.
20,000 a year. You got 12 months. 20, somebody help me out. 20 divided by 12.
About 1,600 or 1,700 a month.
So we got a numbers guy over here. 1,600. All right, here we go. I know some of you. So 1,600, bring it on. So in 30 days, 1,600, 30 days. How many do you need to do a day?
So calculator says about 54.
54. Okay, there you have it. So it's September 20, is February 22nd, 52 days into the year. Does that calculate to where you are right now? And if not, how are you going to close the gap? And if so, awesome. Congratulations.
Well, no, we haven't launched yet. I'm like, those are good. Those are good questions.
Yes. We gotta, hey, all right. So we gotta figure it out, how to make it manageable. And for each and every one of them, not only for employee, but financial, marketing, legal strategy, our sales strategy. All right. And the same thing, when it comes to well-being, your well-being, or your employees' well-being for that matter. All right. This may look overwhelming, but this is mine for my personal well-being. All right. Same thing on the 11 dimensions. What will I do? When will I do it? Where will I do it? Who can help me with? How am I going to go about it? And why? And then I move these into my calendars because it's important. I already determined that it was important for me to do. So we did calendar. We still have to do routines, relationships, and mindset. Actionable steps. What actionable steps? So maybe, to Saul's point, maybe some breakdown of goals for myself and for my team to make sure that we make it more achievable, right? And then accountability, which is undoubtedly what needs to happen. So another reminder to do the same exercise for the other vitals. We cover a greater awareness on your business vitals and a glimpse to your holistic well-being and how it may be affecting positively or negatively your business, depending on how you score yourself. Perhaps a better understanding of how coaching makes a great deal of sense. And most importantly, a strategy on how to create with intention a plan around your personal and your business well-being. And I'll share, of course, the resources with you. So I'm gonna ask you to read this one for us. The whole thing.
You got it. The bottom line, face it, nobody owes you anything. What you achieve or fail to achieve in your lifetime is directly related to what you do or fail to do. No one chooses his parent or childhood, but you can choose your own direction. Everyone has problems and obstacles to overcome, but that too is relative to each individual. Nothing is carved in stone. You can change anything in your life if you want it badly enough. Excuses are for losers. Those who take responsibility for their actions are the real winners in life. Winners meet life challenges head on, knowing there are no guarantees, and give it all they've got and never think it's too late or too early to begin. Time plays no favorites and will pass whether you act or not. Take control of your life, dare to dream and take risks. Compete. If you aren't willing to work for your goals, don't expect others to. Believe in yourself.
Thank you, sir. I wish I could take credit for it. Whoever wrote it down, awesome on accountability. All right. Couldn't have said it best. So we got to hold ourselves accountable for what goes next, right? We walk through awareness, awakening, attitude, action, and accountability, right? So how am I holding myself with more accountability about the things that we talked about today? And how is that affecting, in a positive or negative way, the well-being of my business? More importantly, how am I loving me? Because if I don't love me, heck, my business, right? I got to take care of me first so I can take care of everything else. So what brought you here today was enhancing your business health through your business vitals. Little did you know that you were going to get an awakening on how important it is that you take care of you before you take care of anybody else. Just like when you're on a flight and the mask comes down, you got to put it first before you put it on somebody else so you can breathe. You got to take care of you before you take care of anybody else. And with that, I'm going to wish you the very best. I hope that the time that we spent today was of value for everyone. I look forward to hearing from you and how you might have implemented things that we shared in class today. I always want to hear about your success. Let's connect on LinkedIn and be on the lookout for the follow-ups on. I'll bring in the experts on marketing and legal and strategy, so we all can raise our hands and talk about some of the things that can be pertinent to you and that can elevate your business on each and every one of the vitals. So stay tuned. Daniel, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, y'all. Thank you so much, Victor, for such a fantastic session. Everybody, please know that we'll work on the recording and get that to you by the end of this week or early next week. If you have any follow-up questions, please feel free to reach out to Victor directly. And thank you again so much for being with us today.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for your participation.
Thank you.